Welcome back to Weekend Today on this Saturday morning. It is the latest bold move to help curb the youth crime crisis. Victoria's Chief Commissioner, Shane Patton, he's seeking new powers to detain kids aged 10 to 13 once the age of criminal responsibility is lifted there to 14. To tell us more, today's talkers, commentators Scott Emerson in Brisbane and Carmen Braidwood in Perth. Scott, what's your take on this? It's rapidly become a big problem, youth crime. Can this help, do you think?
Well, I think the problem here, Clint, is that it's got to do something, because I think the police are worried about the lifting of the age of criminal responsibility to 14. Here in Queensland, for instance, the state government says it's got no plans to lift it from the 10 years. We know juvenile crime is a problem around Australia and there are severe hotspots. The police are scratching their heads. What are they going to do with these kids? They're worried that they won't be able to do anything with them if they're under this age of criminal responsibility. So I think this is for the police commissioner. He's trying to say, look, give us at least some capacity to deal with these juvenile thugs that are maybe out of control but under the age of criminal responsibility.
Carmen, when you hear it in isolation, 10 to 13-year-olds detained by police, it does sound pretty rash. Is this a step too far in Victoria?
Look, I think Victoria probably looking around the country. We've got really big problems in regional parts of WA here, places like Broome, places like Kununurra, where that criminal age of responsibility is exploited by certain sectors of the community so that younger children can get away scot-free with crime, basically, and residents are really struggling. And so I think if I were in Victoria and looking around the country, I'd be looking for every avenue I could to try and help police it.
Let's change tack somewhat on this Saturday morning. A great story is developing here in Australia. I want to talk about the Matildas. Last night sent off in style to the Women's World Cup. A win over France, the world number 5 ranked French, in front of 50,000 fans. Scott, women's soccer here in Australia, it's on the verge of doing something special. How do you feel about the Matildas?
I think everyone's excited about this, Clint. Just look at the sales already. More than 1 million tickets already sold. And I think for the opening game against Ireland, we're going to see, we saw a record crowd last night. We will see more than 80,000 at the stadium for that game. This is going to be sensational. Massive boost for women's sport in general, but particularly, obviously, soccer.
Well, Carmen, women's sport is front and centre for the best part of a month in this country and right around the world. How exciting is that, not just for the sport, but for young girls who are going to be watching their stars on the big stage?
I think this is sensational. We've got Sam Kerr fever here in Perth. Bring it on. I'm going to be down at the live side in Forest Place to check it all out, and I hope lots and lots of families in Perth embrace this experience too. Sam is ours. We're very proud of her. We're very proud of her achievements on the world stage, and we want to celebrate along with the rest of Australia to see the World Cup play out. Go girls.
Yeah, well, they get started early next week in the World Cup. They're going to take on the world and hopefully win the whole damn thing, huh? How good. Thanks for your time on Weekend Today. It is 8 a.m. Here are today's top stories.